It's December 31st, New Year's Eve, and I haven't put a video out for a little while, so I thought I would just check in with everybody. I hope we had a great Christmas. I ended up spending Christmas Eve at one place, and then Christmas Day I actually didn't do anything because we then had another Christmas for the kids and the twins on the 26th. So it was kind of jumbled up a little bit, but it was fun. It all worked out, and I actually had dialysis on those 2 days, the Monday, Christmas Eve, and then Wednesday when we celebrated Christmas. But it was okay. It's not like I pushed myself too hard. I'm finding that now more and more, if I really need to do something on my dialysis days, I can do that. I really thought when I got home on both the Monday and Wednesdays that I would pass out, and Wednesday definitely wasn't like that. And I don't know if it just because I was geared up because of the holiday, or but it Christmas to me is always more about kids and them opening presents and so forth, just like it was when I was young. So it's always fun. These two little characters, Archer and Scarlet, little over a year old. I think they turned one back in September. So still not really into the opening presents. We had to assist them a lot, and then they would find a toy and they kind of get fixated on that, and so but it was fun. It was very enjoyable. So I hope yours was enjoyable as well. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day for me now, really not a big holiday. For 20 years or so, I every other holiday I'd have to work. So a lot of times I was working on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So, but anyway, I know there are some people that do a lot of celebrating, or they make plans and go out to one of these big shindigs at a hotel or something. And hey, whatever floats your boat, that's great. Just not a big deal to me. It's the start of a new year, and yeah, I hope this coming year is better than this year. But I was telling somebody the other day, I made a comment on Facebook. They were asking about what's your favorite day of the week or something like that. And my response was, every day is almost the same to me anymore. It was different when I was working. I would look forward for my time off. But now every day is time off, except for going to dialysis 3 times a week and keeping up with any of my other appointments. But other than that, and I don't mean that to sound like it's depressing or anything in any way. It's just, like a lot of people, they're working for the weekend. And when they work that Monday to Friday type of job, 8 to 5 or whatever it is, the weekends are their greatest, enjoyment, because that's when they get to do things with the family, or do things on their own, or their favorite hobby, or whatnot. Myself, working 3-day weeks, you really get used to it because you have a lot more days off in between, and you can do a lot more without having to take any vacation time. And it always seemed smartest to me to work 3, 12-hour days or 4 10-hour days, how, some places do things differently. But this is mostly in healthcare, is you find these types of schedules. Um, anyway, but how am I feeling? I'm feeling fine physically. Um, the holiday season is a rough time for many people when they're either recently have lost somebody, or maybe it was years ago. But this time of year always reminds you of those people that aren't here, and that is depressing. But you have to move past it however you can. I'm not saying ignore your feelings. I'm not telling you how to feel, but think about how you would feel if it was you not here. And if you believe in the ever after, and you're able to remember your family and friends and whatnot, wouldn't you want them to enjoy the holidays and enjoy the family and whatnot? I think you would. So I know I would. I wouldn't want people to be all, downhearted and sad. Even though it is sad, a lot of things in life are sad. And the older you get, I guess the more people are able to tolerate it, maybe in some form or way. I don't know. I think I do. And anyway, here, I'm going to turn my car off. Now it's going to be it's probably going to sound real silent, but it's rainy today. We have a little bit of tiny snow on the ground from the other day, but on Christmas Day we didn't have any snow, I don't think. It wasn't until Wednesday when we got a little snow, but we've been having some freezing rain and so forth, but that's fine. I don't like the snow. I don't hate the snow. I just don't like having to shovel it and brush it off my car and, those things. Is it pretty to look at? Sure. I'm not a big outdoors enthusiast anymore. I did used to go downhill skiing and ice skating and sledding, all those things. But now anymore, I don't. And really now, with my leg, I'm not supposed to get it wet, even though it's gonna, when it's raining, it might get a little wet, but I'm not supposed to, put it in water. And I don't think doing any certain types of things would be allowable during the winter, just like summer and swimming and things like that. But anyway, so as an amputee, you start thinking about things ahead of time and how are you going to adjust to it? That's all it is learning to adjust. And the people that don't learn to adjust, they become depressed more often than not and live a miserable existence. Myself, I was thinking the other day that I can't remember the last time I used my wheelchair, even in my apartment. I used to take off my leg and then use the wheelchair to get around back and forth to the bathroom or kitchen, whatever, just do stuff and learning to adapt that way. But then I suddenly realized I have a leg right here. It's not going to hurt me to put it back on for whatever I need to do, because having the leg on makes, normal living much better, much easier. So I haven't used my wheelchair in quite a while. Now, fortunately, I've had no issues with any type of chafing of my leg or breakdown because of sweat or friction, which I've been warned about. And they told, I always have to look at my leg every day, my residual leg, just like I have to check the bottom of my right foot every day to make sure this doesn't happen to the right foot. It's the only other foot I got. We only get two. But anyway, when I say that, I think about my old leg and foot that I have sitting in my living room. So actually, I do have a spare leg. Anyway, that's amputee humor. Sorry. Anyway, I recently joined a Facebook group for amputees. And already in this a short time, a few days I've been a member, it's been very encouraging to hear other people's stories and people asking questions about certain things. And I've even felt knowledgeable enough with my prosthetic and amputation for over a year now that I could maybe offer some advice or some insight. And I guess that's, something that makes things easier overall is it gives you more purpose, even though like right now I'm not working and I don't really have a date when I could try to go back to work. But this gives me another outlet, just like these vlogs do. Like I said, I've already learned what other people are going through, and there's people that are on this Facebook group that have been amputees for 20, 30 years. So a lot's changed in that amount of time with the technology and everything, with how you secure your leg, and most of the people in this group are leg amputees, either bilateral above the knee, below the knee, or one or the other. But then somebody asked if there were any arm amputees in the group, and sure enough, quite a few people popped up saying, "Yep, been doing this for a long time." So anyway, so that was kind of a blessing to find that group. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. There was something on my mind that I wanted to share, and isn't it sad? As you get older, your memory definitely starts to slip. I was at dialysis this morning, and a number of the nurses there, we chit chat every now and then, while they're putting the needles in me and stuff, and we'll chit chat about different movies or TV shows that we've come upon and recommend each other certain movies. And I just watched one yesterday, I think it was actually, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember what it was today. And I'm thinking, I go, well, it must not have been that great of a movie if I can't remember what it was. But I see a lot of movies now that through the streaming service I use, I pay $10 a month, and I don't have to download anything. I'm streaming it. And TV shows, movies, specials, certain genres you can search by. And a lot of the movies are current movies in the theaters. The site gets released movies probably, I think, from Asia, because many times there'll be Asian subtitles in the bottom, but I don't care. They're speaking English, so I don't have to learn to read Korean or Chinese or whatever. Anyway, did just see a movie that doesn't come out until the the 11th of January, called Replicas. So somebody got an early release of that movie, and it was a pretty good movie. Um, I won't spoil it by telling you anything about it, but if you choose to go see it in a theater or find it streaming or whatnot, I'll give it one thumbs up. The other one's kind of, you know. But anyway, um, there was something else I was thinking to say, but I can't recall it now, so I'm not going to take any more of your time. So please subscribe, comment. I've only gotten a couple comments from my sister, Elaine, and but that's kind of a Fowler thing because we just usually can't keep our mouths shut. But I appreciate her commenting on it. But please share this if you want to. You know, anything helps. I'm not making any money on this, and it's not. That's not the purpose of it. So I don't have any ads, or if there are ads in the middle of this video, didn't come from me. That's a Facebook or YouTube thing. So I hope you all have a safe holiday. If you're going to be traveling, definitely, because this is a bad time of year for those car accidents. And if you do decide to, have a few drinks, have a few adult beverages, just please be safe and don't drive. Have a designated driver and get safely back to your home, your kids, your family, and whatnot. Okay, I'll see you next year.